Hello and welcome to another CoinMetrics video. Today we are announcing availability for dYdX, which is a futures trading platform, and we provide data about this exchange now as part of the API data that we have available. So let me give you a quick demo. I'm using Colab as always as my cloud-based Jupyter notebook. I've installed the CoinMetrics API client and an open source library for displaying candle charts. I like to use this flow of using the APIs. So I'm going to use reference data to find the markets that are relevant today, dYdX, then use the catalog to find what market candles are available, and then get market candles to actually get the candle data. So when doing that, you see that I can ask for reference data markets for the exchange dYdX, and that gives me 233 new markets. Some of them contain a comma in the name, which is throwing some difficulties. So those few are currently not fully supported, but I will use different ones for the demo, and it's a small number. So if you then if you get the market candles catalog, you get the frequency for which these are available. You see we have a wide range of frequencies going all the way from 1 minute to 1 day. And that of course increases the number of available market candle feeds that you can choose from. So for the demo, I've chosen to display Aave USD at an hourly interval starting on the 15th of March. And that gives me these about 300 data points or so, which I can then plot using that open source library, which will show me the market candles for this particular future market and also the volume. Now let's talk about order books. So for the order books, we can again call the catalog to ask which order books are available for the exchange dYdX for the futures market, and we get 237. So it's almost the same number as above, but for BTC and ETH, we make them available at 3 different levels of freshness or breadth as well. But most of them are available at this 30,000 entries snapshot level once an hour. And so if you then do that and request that order book data, for example, for BTC USD, you get, for the asks, you get 2,500 rows, which means that the 30,000 is the upper limit of how many data points you may get. Now the midpoint price for BTC at the moment is 87,417. So then we can ask how many of these asks fall within 10% of the mid price, and we see that that's almost the same number as for the total order book. And we can plot the whole order book and add a line for 2% and 10%. In a previous video where I talked about this at more length, you see that some exchanges don't show the whole width of the order book, but with the API you can get as much data as possible. Finally, to briefly mention exchange asset metrics. So an exchange asset is the combination of the exchange with an asset. So dYdX ETH trading against the dollar, expressed in dollar. We have at daily resolution and at hourly resolution the volume reported by the exchange. And it turns out, because the futures are all perpetuals, that these metrics are actually the same. So you could call them an alias, one for the other. So this is a fast track to, if you're only interested in volume, not all the details about the candles, then that exchange metric will give you that, and you can plot it, or do whatever you want to do to analyze. Thanks a lot for watching, and check it out.